Okay, so we're going to make a Clearart, and I have a few images here for The Walking Dead, and I'd like to make a Clearart from it. And I think this one looks pretty cool. It's quite an easy one to do, so let's have a go with this one. So first of all, let's open the image in GIMP. There we go. That's brilliant. It'll look really cool with the logo behind it. Okay, so we're going to cut it out. So we're going to use the path tool. So we've got lots of different tools over here. Scissors, this one, don't even know what that one is. But this is the one we need, the path tool. So now we'll zoom in a little bit. Maybe 400. Yeah, looks pretty good. Okay. Now let's start drawing an outline. So I just click my button there and it's put a point. You can see that point there. Now click again and there's another point. If I click up here, another point. If I click on that point and hold my mouse button in, I can drag it around wherever I like. So if I drag it to there, that looks okay. Now I'll click another point here. Now you'll notice that's a awkward line. I've missed a little bit out, but not to worry. Let's carry on. One there, one about roughly about there. Now let's come back to these points. Right, if I hold in my control key and click on the point and then move my mouse, see what happens? I can adjust the lines. Effectively I can make curves. So I'll click on this point and hold in my control key and my mouse button and I'll pull this one out, you know, and get the point that I want. I'll do it on all of these lines to get nice smooth curves. There we go. Now I'll carry on. So we can go there, roughly. Yep. I'm doing this very roughly. There, 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 there. We'll go all the way down there. We'll fix his hair up later. Okay, so I'll pull out those points there. That looks good. Yep, nice and smooth. Pretty good. Yep, and that one up there a little bit. This one around about there. And down there. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, right, now for his hand, there, there, right down there. Just shrink that one a little bit. I'll just pull that. You can click on a point and hold in your mouse button and move it around. So we'll move that one down there. Yep, looks good. And roughly there. Yep. So there we go. That looks not bad. It's not perfect. Not bad. Okay, right, now we'll keep going. Right, sort of a straightish line, and then round there, 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 there. Now this is a knife, so remember it's an object, so it's a man-made thing, so you need straight lines on object. Okay, roughly there, there, there. Drag that one out. That's better. Drag, oops. If you make a mistake like I just did then, just hit Control Z, which is undo. It undoes your last action. So drag that one back out. Drag this one out a little. Drag his knuckle up a bit. Here we go. There we go. That's got the knuckle. And I think that's his leg or something. I'm not quite sure, but there we go. That's better. Yep, looks pretty good so far. We're nearly there. Okay. Down there. Down there. Around there. Now we get into complicated bits with the keys and everything. Just drag that one down a little bit. And that one. There we go, that's better. Just scroll across a little. Whoops, made a mistake. Control Z, that's your friend. There we go, that's better. Okay, nearly there now. Right, now we've got the keys. A little bit complicated looking. Okay, so I think we better zoom in a little bit more. Have a good look. Right, that's better. I can see more now. So let's oops, Control Z again. Right, okay, so I'm going to move this point up a little. There we go. Right, now let's adjust these. So we'll go over there, down, across, down, across, down, across, up, across, down. Maybe I should be taking in the shadow on this one. Well, I'm going to add shadows anyway later, but for now, okay, we'll take it in. There we go. Oops. Bring that one back in a bit. There we go. Roughly. A few clicks, plumb around to however you want them to be. Oops, that's not how I want it to be. Move that one out a bit. Now it's better. There we go, that's okay. It's a bit rough, but I'm doing it fairly quickly. Okay, so we'll move that curve. Oops. Control Z again if you make a mistake. There we go. That's better. Drag that point out. Yep. That looks good. Drag this one. Drag that one. Yep. Pretty good. Now I think I'll zoom back out a little bit. There we go. That's looking pretty good so far. I'll do that. That. And that. Smooth that. Whoops. Control Z. That looks quite smooth. Down there. Whoops. Control Z again. That looks fairly smooth. Yep, that looks pretty good. That could be pull that one in a bit. Yeah, not bad. Now, looks pretty good. I think we're pretty much done it. Let's just check. Oh yes, now there's this bit here in the middle. So let's go back in and cut that bit out. Looks like there might be two bits here. Let's have another look. Oh yes, there are two bits. So there's this bit here. We want to remove that, and there was that bit up there. So we'll start with the easier bit. So that's very easy. We'll just click there, 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 roughly there, and hold in Control and click on your last point to finish your path. Okay, there we go. Down there, up there a bit, something like that. I'm not doing a very good job of it, but yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's okay. Now this bit as well, we don't want that bit. This should be transparent, so we'll go there, there, roughly there, 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 round about there. Now I might zoom in a little bit now. Oops. Here we go. Right, there we go. So we'll curve that down. Curve that a little bit. There we go. Curve that. Curve that. Curve that. Curve that. And of course, curve that. That's better. Now I can see better what I'm doing now. So go up there. I might not need to go right in between the gaps of his fingers on this one, because when I'm finished I'm going to add a shadow anyway, so there's going to be dark bits in between his fingers anyway, but I'll just try to get it as close as I can anyway, because it always helps. There we go, that looks better. Yeah. Oh, put that one up a bit, that's better. And round here for his fingernails. Maybe tighten that up a little bit, that's better. And up there a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Pretty cool. Oops, gone too far now. There we go. We only need to go that far. There we go. Ooh, hang on. If you've made a mistake, as well as Control Z, you can also delete individual points. All you have to do is hold in Control and Shift, and it gives you a little minus sign when you hover over a point. So we'll delete that point. We'll delete that point. There we go. Now click on the point where you want to start from again. There we go. Let's carry on. Now we're nearly done now. That's it. So we'll move, oops, we'll move this point. That's better. We'll drag that out a little bit. Drag that one up a little bit. If you want to add another point, just hold in Control on its own and click where you want to add the new point. So we'll add a point there, and then we can adjust. we go. That's not too bad. Not perfect, but not too bad. There we go. Looks pretty good. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, so let's see what we've got then, shall we? So I'm going to choose my select tool, like my move tool. Right, and I'm going to go back to my layers, and we'll create a couple of new layers. Let's have a black one. Oops, that's turned out green. I had it set to choose the foreground colour, but that's okay. We'll have green. Now we'll swap those around, and we'll have a black layer. And I'll just rename that one green, and this one black. Now we'll have a white layer. That's very important. Okay, white. Right, now let's move our image up to the top. And I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call it source. And I'm going to duplicate it and move it right down to the bottom, so I have a spare copy in case I screw up, which I often do. Right, now let's have a look. Go back to us paths. I'm going to right click on this path that says unnamed. I can change its name by double clicking on it. I could call it Daryl. Okay, now if I right click on it and I go to path to selection, now if I go to edit, copy, or just hit Control-C on your keyboard. Now I've copied it. Now I'm going to paste it. So go back to edit, paste, paste as. Paste as is the one you need. Paste as new layer. There we go. So there's Daryl. If I turn the background off, you can see him. Now let's drag him around a little bit. There we go. Can move him wherever I want. I want him to be exactly where he was to begin with. So if I deactivate that layer, the view of it, by clicking on it, keep clicking on these, I can see if he's in the right position or not. So if I click on him again, it looks a little bit too high, so I'll click on him and I use my cursor keys now, up, down, left, right, down, down, right, 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 until I get him exactly where I want him. I think he needs to go down one. Now I'll just check again. That's it. Perfect. Now I right click on that layer and choose layer to image size. Just makes it a little bit easier to see things. Now I'm going to hit Control S to save again. Oh, I haven't even saved it so far. So let's save it. I always give my images HD name to start with, so go HD. This one's Daryl, so Daryl.xcf. There we go. That'll do. Right, now we can turn the source off. There we go. Now we've got Daryl all on his own. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So now what I want to do is I think we'll put a logo behind him, because that would look really cool. So let's find a logo. I've got this one over here. Nice big one. Yeah, looks pretty cool. Let's get the finished one. There we go. Oh, that's a little bit small. Let's go back to the big one then. Right, so we'll take that. We'll paste it in. Yeah, that looks good. Duplicate it. Right, so this one will be the walking. Sorry, that one will be the dead. There we go, there's the dead bit. And then let's bring up the walking. There we go. That's pretty cool. So we've got the walking and we've got the dead. And we want Daryl in front, of course. Wow. Looks pretty good straight away. But of course now we can move around our bits of the images to wherever we want them. We could move Daryl down. We can shrink him. You know, we can add a nice background. Whatever you like, you know. Looks pretty good. So there we go. That's a simple basic tutorial on doing Cleararts, but you have to play around with them all, obviously, you know, and see how you get on. Anyway, goodbye.